Chapter 1. Size Matters. The world is complex. Each day we encounter a limitless assortment of products, services, opinions, lifestyles, and leisure activities. Yet, somehow, most people navigate this cacophony we call life and comfortably make choices. For example, one expects speed limits to vary, depending on the nature of the road and the population surrounding a street. Traffic signs indicate different speeds for different locations. We have yet to encounter a speed sign that reads fast or slow, or when you reach in to adjust the water temperature of your morning shower, the handle moves incrementally from cold to hot. Most people find a comfortable position within the range of the two extremes. Have you ever seen a shower with only a hot and cold setting? Almost everything in life exists within a range of two straightforward and easy-to-understand descriptions, like black or white. But we are capable of understanding what lies between the grays. Businesses, government, and society provide context and guidelines to help us understand the differences between the extremes. For as complicated as the world is, human beings appear quite capable of differentiating broad categories of products, services, and settings. What if we told you many do not understand the range of businesses outside the extremes of small and large companies? It's true. We have researched the range of seminal works, explored the history of small business advocacy in both the U.S. and Europe, and surveyed thousands of business people to find common ground. We thought, surely there must be some universal standard for recognizing different types of business as they grow and develop. There is not. One might wonder if this phenomenon exists because there is no need. Perhaps researchers and practitioners have ignored the space because they believe the nature of business and leadership is relatively the same, regardless of a company's size and structure. We say company size matters because it does. We would argue, and suspect you, as a small business leader, would agree, that professionals must understand the difference between small, mid-sized, and large companies because they are different beasts. These organizations require different approaches to everything, from operations to planning and strategy. Without a doubt, leaders of these businesses face distinct challenges as their companies grow and become more formalized. Yet, small to mid-sized companies are unique and ignored by the academic and professional communities. There are few guidelines and practically no research dedicated to building a better understanding and support for these organizations and the men and women who lead them. Let's take a look at the current landscape of knowledge relating to small and mid-sized businesses. We will let you judge the degree of insight. An imperfect system. In the U.S., since the 1950s, the Small Business Administration, SBA, has set the standard for how we define the size of a company. An organization with 500 or more full-time employees is a large company. Businesses with fewer than 500 employees are small companies. That's it. No more questions. Nothing else to consider. Further categorizations do not exist. The European Commission, EC, was discerning enough to break up the range of small business enterprises into three categories: micro, small, and medium. The EC also uses full-time employees to differentiate firms and then adds a minimum revenue variable. This additional effort provides a little more insight into the assortment of organizations that make up the marketplace. The fact is, throughout the world, we use a binary method to classify business. The black and the white are defined. Is the approach inaccurate? It would help if you started somewhere, and 500 full-time employees consistently appears to indicate a company is large. But the range between 1 employee and 499 is not homogeneous. A company looks different as it grows from 5 people to 50, 100 or more. We have no guidelines to talk about the grays. What are the types of businesses within the broad category of a small company? Likely, several distinct groups exist, ranging from sole proprietors or partnerships to mom and pops, small companies, and mid-sized companies.